disabilities, correct? Okay, so we have this $835 million target that the task force is focused on. And in my understanding, again, I'm not an expert in this arena the way you are, that nursing homes, behavioral health, and DD were the three big spending areas. So there's a heavy burden on your shoulders, right? Okay, the burden is very heavy. We're into it now with the MOU with the nursing home, so there's a plan that's moving forward. In behavioral health, as you know, we're fighting through a process, and you can see the heavy lifting and the heavy weight that's going on. So what I'm doing right now is sharing that with you and letting you know that we're looking, I particularly am looking for the same kind of next steps to be coming forth from your shop as well. Does that sound right?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. I think we're going to talk more about DD in particular at the October meeting, but I think the Stephen Group is prepared to talk about the efforts that we have been doing on the agenda for today.
Yeah, that's true. Representative Ferrari recognized.
I think Representative Hollis asked my question, but I don't get a lot better than I want to. And it's nice to talk to you about that too. We've been battling this for 5 or 6 months. And I guess the question is, where are we at with the funding from the numbers? Where are we?
On the projected savings numbers?
All of it. I mean, from what the cost is, where the money comes from. We've been doing this for a long time. And it's just, I've asked this question in the last 2 meetings and still haven't got an answer. Thought we'd have one this time. So that's probably what I'm asking. And this may be a question for Stephen, but I was going to ask you.
Let me just say the Stephen Group is going to speak to this.
Okay.
And as I asked earlier, until the legislature approves the transfer of some of the funds that have been proposed, there's not been a dramatic change in the funding stream. And as you also recall, there was some reference in the special session, but nothing that I know of has dramatically changed in the funding stream. Is that right?
As far as serving additional people on the home community-based waiver, yes, that's correct. But we have been working diligently over the last year to come up with transformation efforts to achieve the savings.
And John's going to speak to that.
Okay, there's nothing that you need from us, or you're not getting numbers to get this done?
No, sir, I think we're in a good spot. I think we'll be detailing that next month, but I think they're going to give an overview today, is my understanding.
That's it.
And it was nice to speak to you too.
Okay. We're going to go on to the RFP for independent assessment.
Yes, I'm Ms. Steve Eubanks. I'm Chief Procurement Officer for the Department of Human Services. And on the independent assessment, there's 2 pieces to that actually. One, an RFP for independent assessments, and then a companion RFP for provider transformation. On provider transformation, that would be a more time-limited contract between 1 and 2.5 years, and that's really to get providers where they need to be and to help assist them through the changes that will be coming through independent assessments. Currently, we are working with the Office of State Procurement and their contractor on the drafting phase of both of these RFPs. We're gathering the business requirements and what will be the specific specifications. We have internal subject matter experts from the divisions that you all spoke about recently, DD, behavioral health, and aging, who are all sitting in and helping formulate the business requirements and specifications. In addition, we'll be adding a team member from the Stephen Group who will be helping and assisting us as a subject matter expert, looking across other states who've already been through these transformations, seeing what lessons have been learned, what tools are available to us, and what potential spends and savings are out there across the country. In fact, there is a conference call today with many of those team members, and we've set a very aggressive schedule in that most of the team members who are serving as subject matter experts are devoting about 2 days per week over the upcoming 2 to 6 weeks to get these business requirements done. And then the hope is that we would be releasing these RFPs on the street late October, early November for providers to then respond to. And as you know, we've done some groundwork around this with the request for information that was released several weeks ago, and all of that information is publicly available on our website. start with the independent assessment and provider transformation piece. We're also looking at an RFP for care coordination. That continues to be on the table and on track. We're looking for the same implementation timeline as far as July the 1st of 2017. However, it has a separate release date. We really feel that we need to kind of bite off what we can do now, get that out on the street, and then look at care coordination, but we're doing those on parallel tracks as we speak. And we'll be hopeful that that should be out in December or early January timeframe, again for implementation in July of next year. So I'd be happy to entertain any questions around those three potential RFPs.
Okay, we do have a couple. Let me just start though. One of the things that we found early on in the task force, and I guess, John, maybe you guys can nod your head to this, is that we had not always written our RFPs with performance requirements and fallback provisions. Are we doing things differently now than we were with the way we're writing these?
Absolutely.